Hello po mga kababayan, si Dante Maravillas, Bicolano vlogger, broadcast journalist from Albay. Yung Congress, nagsimula na rin ng kanilang congressional investigation sa mga flood control projects. Kaya lang yung ibang mga members ng committee, nagkakainitan. Matindi talaga po itong issue sa flood control. Palibasa, involved ang bilyon-bilyon na kwarta ng bayan. At saka may mga involved na mga opisyal from the public works. Then siyempre, yung mga contractors na ang nasa likod, mga politiko. Talagang magkakainitan. Yan niya, Mr. Maravillas. Magiging fair ba yung investigasyon ng Congress? Pagmasdan na lang natin kung paano nila i-conduct yung investigation. Kung medyo matino kaysa sa Senado. Pero nandun din mga kababayan, yung mga kakampi siyempre ni Digong. Kasi siyempre, base sa mga lumabas na mga reports, una doon sa Senado, yung mga involved na mga contractors at itong mga flood control projects, lalo yung mga guni-guni lang or ghost projects mga kababayan, matagal na. Spanning several administrations. Ngayon lang ito mga kababayan na bigyan ng pansin kasi doon sa suna ng ating Pangulo, sinabi ng ating Pangulo, maya naman kayo. Ang pinagsasabihan niya, yung mga nandun sa Kongreso. Yung iba nasa harap, yung iba nasa likod. O diba? Ngayon, sabi dito, sa report ng Abante News, yung flood control project scam daw, natuntun sa budget insertions noon pang Duterte administration, sabi ni Congressman Chua. Lalo na naman po na naguramentado nito yung mga DDS. Sabihin, tinatarget talaga sila. Kahit hindi po targetin, nasabi na ni Diskaya. 2012 siya na nagsimula. Tapos yung flood control na pinasok niya, 2016. Niya itong mga flood control projects na to, galing ito, mga kababayan, karamihan, sa insertions. You see? Yan sabi dito. Natunton ang flood control projects scam sa questionabling budget insertions noong panahon ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Ayon kay House Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability Chairperson at Manila Representative Joel Chua, noong 2017 pa lamang ay sinita na ito ng Commission on Audit or COA. Noong 2017 pa lang nagsimula na ng maglabasan ang mga babala. Sunod-sunod ang mga ulat ng Commission on Audit mula 2017 hanggang 2020 na naglantad ng ilang libong proyektong delayed, depektibo o tuluyang hindi naipatupad na nagkakahalaga ng daang-daang bilyong piso, sabi ni Chua. Tapos, nagsingawan na mga kababayan. Talagang madidiin yung Duterte administration. Doon sa investigasyon ng Senado, ayaw tukuyin ni Senator Jingo Estrada. Habang sinabi mga kababayan ni Sara Diskaya, na nakakuha siya ng mga kontrata sa flood control mula 2016 onwards. Pero ang sabi ni Jingo, dito muna niya tayo mag-focus sa 2022 hanggang 2025. Alatado mga kababayan na iniiwasan. Ngayon, tingnan natin dito sa investigasyon ng Kongreso kung walang pagtatakpan. Sabi ni Chua, noong 2018 iniulat ng Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism o PCIJ ang pagkakasangkot ng ilang malalaking kontraktor sa flood control projects na na-delay o hindi natapos. Ayon kay Chua, maging si Duterte ay kinumpirma na mayroong mga ghost government projects noong nakaupo pa ito. Noong 2019 naman mismong House Committee on Appropriations ang nakatuklas na maraming flood control projects ang prone sa tinatawag na budget insertions, mga proyektong isiningit sa pundo nang walang malinaw na konsultasyon o batayan. Ayon sa kanilang ulat, sabi ni Chua, umabot sa bilyon-bilyong piso ang halaga ng mga proyektong isiningit na nagbukas anya ng malawak na puwang para sa katiwalian at maling paggamit ng kaba ng bayan. You see, mga kababayan, talaga may kasabihan, di ba? Walang oso kung walang apoy. Pag may baho, talagang mangangamoy. Nangamoy na po ngayon, mga kababayan. Ayon sa kanya, at noong 2020, mismong inamin ng dating Pangulong Duterte na talamak ang mga ghost projects sa iba-ibang rehiyon sa bansa. Dagdag ni Chua, sa madaling salita, hindi bago ang problemang ito. Ito ay problemang namana, naipon at napabayaan at ngayon lumulutang na parang sugat na matagal nang hindi ginagamot. Ayon kay Chua na layunin ng pagdinig na hindi pagbanggain ang mga ahensya ng gobyerno kung matukoy ang mga butas kaya nagkakaroon ng korupsyon. Ngunit lilinawin natin ang pag-imbita sa mga resource persons natin ngayon ay hindi para magturuan o magsiraan. Nandito tayo anya upang tukuyin kung saan nakakalusot ang katiwalian, paano ito nagiging posible at sino ang nagkinabang. Ayon kay Congressman Chua, siguro po anya ay sang-ayon ang lahat na uhaw tayo sa good governance sa kasalukuyang konteksto. Dahil sa bawat pagdalaw ng bagyo ay lumulubog tayo. Para po sa seguridad ng buhay at kabuhayan ng mamamayang Pilipino at para sa isang kinabukasang hindi muling magmamana ng kapayapaan at katiwalian ng nakaraan. So yan po mga kababayan ang sabi ni Congressman Chua. So maganda ang mga intensyon. Kaya lang yun nga ang sinasabi natin. Magiging fair ba? Makikita natin yan. Patakbo ng mga pagtatanong. Ngayon, sa unang araw pa lang ng pagdinig mga kababayan, yung ilang congressman nagkainitan na. Ano? Si Representative Garin at tapos si Marcoleta, ang anak ni Senador Rodante. Hindi na ba ako pwedeng magtanong? Garin, Marcoleta, nagbangayan sa kamera. Magrespetuhan tayo, sabi ni Garin. Nag-ugat ang bangayan sa pagpuna ni Sagip Party List Representative Paulo Henry Marcoleta kung bakit kailangang ulitin ni House Deputy Speaker Janet Garin ang tanong ni Congressman Edgar Erice kay dating DPWH Secretary Manuel Bunuan kaugnay ng mga flood control project. Ito po.
Can you give us a very brief flow of how projects are listed in the National Expenditure Program?
Your Honor, the process starts from engineering districts, consultation with various sectors.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. Sorry to interrupt. Hindi po kaya nabanggit na po ni Secretary Bunuan yung tanong po ni Congresswoman Garin sa pagtatanong po ni Congressman Erice. This is just a duplication of the question propounded by Congressman Erice.
But I think we have to give her the honor of asking the question.
Even if it's a repetition of what was asked
Mr. Chair,
earlier.
what rule did my question violate? May I appeal to our colleagues, magrespetuhan tayo. Kung tiyempo nyo naman, pwede kayong magtanong. I gave the preliminary question because I'm moving to the next question.
This is a point of order po.
What law did I violate in asking a question, Mr. Chair? Hindi na po ba ako pwedeng magtanong?
I'm making the
Kailangan ba yung tanong ko, ipaalam ko kay Congressman Marcoleta?
Uminit yung
Pinansin
ulo
ko
ni
lang po
Garin.
na natanong na po kasi ni Congressman Erice yung pong katanungan ng ating
That's why, Mr. Chair,
Mambabatas.
I mentioned that my questions is in line with the question of Congressman Erice. That's why I'm setting the premise. Let's move forward, Mr. Chair. Sayang ang oras na hinihinto natin ang investigasyon na ito.
If the premise was laid already, why do we have to repeat it?
Because, Mr. Chair, I have my time. I'm laying down my premises of... Ano po ba ang kinakatakutan ni Congressman Marcoleta sa mga katanungan ko?
Wala po.
Then
Wala
let me
po.
proceed, Mr.
Gusto po
Chair.
natin
It's my time.
mag-forward.
Chair will rule.
Kailangan
The chair will rule,
itirin po
please.
natin ang oras. Di po ba?
Oras ko po ang kinakain ng mga tanong ko. And Mr. Chair, may I move that my time be sent back to point zero.
Yes, let the Deputy Speaker proceed, please. Thank you. The Chair has ruled.
Mga pinag-uusapan po kwarta-kwarta at may mga involved na mga opisyal, talagang magkakainitan.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Erice, and I asked him.
Yeah, but Mr. Chair, I was listed since this committee assumed
We recognize her.
with due courtesy to the very quick. I just need to go for it. Mr. Chair, with due for all my colleagues. Kanina lang ay tinanong ni Congressman Shell Jokno at ni Congressman Secretary Laila de Lima na hindi ba pangit na meron tayong komitiba and we might be investigating our colleagues? That's precisely the reason, Mr. Chair, why we are all here because of our oversight powers. Yes, tutumbukin yan by the third-party investigators, and if there are cases, let cases be filed against the personality. Pero ang punto ko lang, Mr. Chair, I am appealing to our members, wag po nating ilihis na patuloy ito na nangyayari. Nagbago na ang chairman ng Committee on Appropriations, nangyayari pa rin. And tila ako, nung pag-aral ko ng 2026 proposed NEP, merong mga napasok na flood control projects na hindi nanggaling sa baba. Mr. Chair, with due courtesy to my colleagues, yes, tumbukin natin later ang Committee on Appropriations, but for now, we have the officers that resigned. I'm not sure if it is already accepted, officials of the Department of Public Works and Highways. We need to know paano ito nangyayari. And also, Mr. Chair, if I move forward, the intent of this committee is to exercise of oversight powers to put in and instill measures para hindi na maulit. Instead of focusing on a single situation, as reiterated, as conveyed by my very good friend, Congressman Ungab, baka pwedeng, we can invite them. We can invite a colleague who is not a member of the four committees. So the former chairman of the Committee on Appropriation is not a member of all the committees here. Eh pwede naman niyang imbitahin. Why do we have to put on motion? Let us not make the investigation personal. Let us all work together so that in the 2026 budget, while we are ongoing the deliberation, let us identify yung mga singit na flood control projects, yung mga cat's eye na nandiyan dyan pa rin at hindi pa rin natatanggal. Let us do our job by putting a permanent seal to to all these anomalous things. With that, Mr. Chair, may I appeal to my colleagues? Yes, let's invite the personalities mentioned. Let's do away with motions and divisions of the House because we are losing focus. Balikan natin, ano bang iniimbestiga natin? Na mapunta ang pera ng taong bayan sa tamang proyekto, na mapuntahan ang investigasyon sa dapat na mga baguhin, that we have a new secretary, that we will be helping him, maybe put everything in place, all the safety measures, at yung mga admin orders, executive orders na nandiyan dyan, tanggalin na natin while we are all here. So again, Mr. Chair, may I repeat my appeal. The focus of our investigation is to nip the bud, putulin ang ugat para hindi na ulit tumubo. And with that, Mr. Chair, let's move forward to the interpellators that have signified their intention to ask questions. And I believe the Honorable Erice, as I earlier talked to him, is amenable to inviting a colleague. Kung hindi dumating, then let's discuss that. But is that the solution? Because any member of Congress will change, any committee chairman will change. But if the root of the cause of all of this will not be nipped, paulit-ulit pa rin itong mangyayari.
Congressman Chanco, then Congressman. Mr. Chair, yun na nga ang problema, no? Nung unang ginawa to, I was against it. How can we investigate ourselves? That is the primary question. So kung isang congressman, sabi nyo kanina kahit sino masagasahan, wala tayong sasantuhin, kahit congressman, kahit senador. Eh kung ang congressman hindi pa pwedeng maging resource person at hindi natin pwedeng pa-testify under oath, eh di ibig sabihin sa usapang to, exempted ang congressman. So paano tayo mag-iimbestiga? Paano tayo? Number one. Number two, Mr. Chair, here is the USP. Sinasabi, papaano nagkaroon ng insert. Under the name of Congressman Saldico, ang insertion sa BICAM as proponent siya is 13,803,692,000. And we do not want to invite him as a resource person.
Mr. Chair, sorry.
Comsec, can you show this? Para lang
Yeah.
sabihin di ako
Mr. Chair, with
nagsiseto.
due courtesy.
Wait, I have the floor.
Yeah, ikorek
I
ko
have the
lang.
floor.
Yeah, but
I have
Mr.
the floor.
No, Mr.
I
Chair.
have the floor.
Just to, on the
I have
record,
the floor.
On the record, Mr.
I
Chair.
have the floor.
We did not refuse to
I
invite.
have the floor.
Motion to suspend.
Mr.
Mainit talaga po. Gustong invite si Saldico, yung taga rito sa amin, as a resource person. Hindi magkasundo. Oh, ito pa si Ongab na kaalyado ni Digong.
August 4, I delivered a privilege speech questioning the mangled beyond recognition 2025 budget, and I was very specific on the automatic appropriations. Almost ang daming ginalaw. So hindi lang yung program appropriation, new general appropriations ang ginalaw pa yung program. In fact, towards my ending statement, I have said that 2025 budget is the most corrupt budget ever passed in the history of Congress. Sinabi ko yan. You know what? Nung araw sa time namin, pag may nag-mention sa previous budget, yung former chairman, tatayo kagad yan sa plenary. Magsasalita, question of privilege, individual and collective privilege, i-explain kung anong nangyari. Mr. Chairman, August 4 ako nagsabi, 2025 budget is the most corrupt budget. Hanggang ngayon, wala akong narinig na denial man lang sa previous chairman o sa previous members ng committee. Does this mean na hindi nila kaya i-dispute yung sinabi ko na 2025 budget is the most corrupt budget ever passed in the history of Congress? So I second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
I am objecting on the motion. I am objecting on the motion. Chairman, I would like to know the reason why, because I would like to find out if we're going to invite them here, are they resource speakers or they are members of the House of Representatives? Are we going to ask them questions? Are they going to answer it? I'd like to find out.
So kung isang congressman, sabi nyo kanina kahit sino masagasaan, wala tayong sasantuhin, kahit congressman, kahit senador. Eh kung ang congressman hindi pa pwedeng maging resource person at hindi natin pwedeng pa-testify under oath, eh di ibig sabihin sa usapang to, exempted ang congressman.
Subject of the inquiry today are specific projects. And this is something we understand that
Siya yung chairman, si Ridon.
budget preparation is within the context of implementation of infrastructure projects. I think we would want to focus on specific projects that have been inspected by the President today. The further that we delay discussions on the matter, I think the public will be more frustrated with Congress. So what is the pleasure of Congressman Ali, Your Honor?
Mr. Chair, if that's the case, I would like to defer my motion because I would like to consult staff kung itong mga 100 billion na versions sa 2025 budget ay may mga nakasamang those projects as the President had mentioned in Revelation. So, consult ko. Kung wala po dito, I will withdraw my motion. Pero kung meron, I will insist on. So, Mr. Chair, I would like to request the chair by earlier. Thank you, sir. Get the motion. Chair.
Point of order, just a inquiry from the movement. So when he moves for the deferment of his motion earlier, he's not really withdrawing the motion. Do I take it? Okay?
As I said,
I said, Mr. Chair, I'm not withdrawing my motion. I'm just preparing my motion to order to consult my staff whether 100 billion insertions in the 2025 budget includes those projects as mentioned by the. So, in order to be fair,
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, I have to. Back to our colleague, the near minority figure. We're actually mentioning about the BICAM earlier. And really, it's supposed to be part also of my questions later. Nobody has ever seen, as far as I know, the BICAM Committee Report 2025 has not been released in a copy. But there are a lot of questions, and the only ones who can really explain those things, because there's an unprecedented cuts and insertion. 170 billion, understand? I consulted budget. So, ang pananaw ko po, paano tayo makaka-move on sa pag-inquire nitong mga individual projects, insertions, etc. Kung hindi pa natin nalalaman ano ang nangyari sa BICAM in 2025. And therefore, ang makakasagot nun, just mention, would be the two chairs of both panels, the House and the Senate, in that BICAM.
So, kailangan i-invite si Grace po, dating senador. Siya yung chairman ng finance. Tapos, si Saldico, yung ako Bicol congressman. So, tingnan natin mga kababayan kasi papunta pa lang tayo sa exciting part. O, di ba pa? Nagsingawan na, mga kababayan. Abangan ang mga susunod na pasabog.